is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, the anime channel, Haikyuu Season 3, Episode 5. Now, straight to the point. This episode was not as good as last week, because last week was pretty hard to top, man. That Suki greatness was definitely a highlight of the season in general. So, this episode pretty much gets us to set 4. Yes, set 4, because for some fucking reason, look, I don't know if this was rushed. I don't know if the manga skipped it too, but what happened to set 3? We literally spent, what, 2 minutes on set 3? That's BS. I want to see more of this, man. Do not cut out the sets. I want to see every set played out because it's fucking awesome. And they end up cutting out set 3. Why? Why? Japan! Why? Now I'm going to have to go back and check. And hopefully if the manga didn't skip it, I'm going to have to read that and see the greatness in that. So, for some reason, they skipped set 3. Probably for, pacing issues. They're trying to get this finished. There's only 10 episodes. There's only 5 episodes left. I thought 5 episodes would be enough to do 3 sets. Pretty good. Pretty good. We get a lot more focus on Shiratorizawa's team. We get some development on Goshiki, the ace, Shirabu, the setter, some of Tendo. Now look. This episode pretty much proved to us that not only is Shiratorizawa strong in physicality, but my god, man, they are so strong in mental too. The mentality these guys have, when the coach says power is definitive, they mean it, man. They mean it in all aspects possible. Their mental game is top notch, man. Any other team, because we know how good Shiratorizawa is, they pretty much destroy every team they face. So they never really are on the losing side of things. So when Karasuno takes that second set, one would think that they would actually start falling apart. They'd lose energy. They'd get fatigued. They'd crumble under the pressure. But no, man. The setter, Shirabu, completely just sways away that set 2 loss and goes right into set 3 and wins it. We didn't see how because it only lasted 2 minutes, but they win set 3. It is 2-1. Shiratorizawa in the lead. So we are in set 4. And again, man, the setter, we got a lot of development for Shirabu. Shirabu, when you think of Kageyama, when you think of Kenma from Nekoma, when you think of Oikawa Aoba, you got to put Shirabu on that list. He is definitely one of the best setters we've seen in this series. He's up there. He's elite. He's very good, man, especially when it comes to mentality. He didn't let that affect him at all. He's in there to win this, and he gets motivated, and he's even more focused now. What Suki did pissed him off more, so he's even more focused and more ready to win this for the team. So, lots of good stuff going on for Shirabu. Goshiki, he is the ace, the only first year of this whole team. Yeah, he's pretty much... he seems motivated. He seems energized. He seems like he wants to prove something to the world. And we get Tendo again with that greatness of Tendo. Those facial expressions, man. I can never get enough of him, man. Every single time he scores, he fucking looks up into the sky, yells, does some creepy fucking faces. He says something about Miracle Boy. Like, why would he be saying that? But it doesn't matter. It's hilarious. So, again, man, this episode focused mostly on the Shiratorizawa team, seeing how they can make that comeback. And I like that because it just feels like we don't know who's going to win. If they just focus on Karasuno, it'd just be obvious who would win this. But since they keep focusing back and forth between teams with every episode, it's more difficult to pinpoint who will win this whole tournament. So it's very exciting seeing this. Hinata, he gets some spotlight too. He uses this weird way of running forward, which in my case, I don't think that would work in a real game because it will take a long time to go back and then run back to the original position you were in. By that time, the ball will already be spiked. So, it's Haikyuu. I don't give a fuck. It's tight. So he does it, which was fucking awesome. He spiked it, and he's getting a lot of points. It was what was missing from his performance from the last few episodes since he wasn't able to score anything. And Suki continuing his intellect game, predicting where people will move. But the guest monster, Tendo, he's proving to be a challenge because since his whole game doesn't revolve around science, it doesn't revolve around logic. It revolves around randomness, feeling, it's very weird how he plays his game. So Suki and Tendo are having this conflict, and it's pretty hard to tell who's gonna come out on top, man. Suki's having trouble, Tendo's having trouble. Pretty interesting stuff. And lastly, the thing I want to talk about most is, come on, man. I mentioned him in the beginning. Oikawa, he is fucking back. Oikawa, man, where has he been? He's only been in this series for what? 10 seconds, and he instantly has one of the best lines of the fucking series. Seriously, man. His friend shows him and says, hey, you're here too? And he's like, of course I'm here. Either way, since we lost, I'll get to see the loser's face, and I could laugh at them. Like, fucking Oikawa, man. Fucking hilarious. It's good to see him again, man. It's really good to see him. I'm glad that he's there. Obviously, he's there to support. He says he wants to see the loser's face, but he's there to support Kageyama. He respects both teams. He's a team player, so I'm glad he's there. But for real, the last thing I want to talk about is what Oikawa points out. Kageyama. We all know Hinata is a fucking stamina machine. He will never run out of energy. He is a fucking hyper little runt. He will never run out of stamina, but that's not the case for Kageyama. Oikawa foreshadows something. He cannot keep this up, man. He is playing 5 sets. 5 sets will tire somebody out greatly. It will deplete them from energy in an instant. They're in set 4 already, not even halfway through. And Kageyama, man, it looks like he's very fucking tired. So I wonder how that's going to be a big factor. This is all mental. He has to force himself to continue on even though he's fucking fatigued. So, will he be able to do it, man? I don't know. Man. It's going to be so exciting to see. Just a lot of build-up in this episode. I feel like next week's going to be a fucking awesome episode. A lot of hype, a lot of epic moments. Hinata had most of the epic moments here with the spike. So, yeah, pretty much that is the episode. What do you guys think of this episode? Let me know down below because I got to go. Sayonara.